So, I figured out what my first topic or my opening act should be for my show. And what it should be is me telling you how I became and got to this point in my life. So, for most of y'all who know me, y'all know I used to be big play with, as what y'all say, all the honeys, so forth and so on. But, of course, for those who really do know me, know that most of my life I was afraid of women. Like, I just was all about sports in school. I was a nerd. Then, you become popular because of your friends. Like, I'm not saying it was me, just the group of people that I hung out with, and it led to me having a lot of women in my life, made varsity, had a car, so forth and so on. So we fast forward to college, and those who went to Angelo State with me know that I had the juice. Once again because of the group that I associated with, we all was like-minded people, in school, all about the honeys, having a good time. So the honeys came, and then got to grad school. Had a few girlfriends in between. Of course, all my life I had a honey. And then when I got out of grad school, got this job that I have now. I still had a honey. And that didn't work. So we fast forward. Let's just fast forward to 2016. So I reconnected with one of my old flings or whatever you want to call it from back in the day, and things were going good. Of course, I felt something that I never felt before, so I thought I was ready for that. So, as I always tell people, I proposed to her. Things didn't work out for whatever reason. They didn't work out. God didn't want it to work out, so it didn't. So that brings us up into this point. Of course, my birthday, I got dumped like some days before my birthday. It was heartbreaking, of course. Everybody knows that story. For those who barely peeping up to my page or whatever, you can, you know, get the cliff notes of what happened. I got dumped, as I said, but it made me become a such more better more better person for sure. So, what I realized is that I had some things to change, of course. Like, I'm not saying that I was the perfect one in a relationship. However, I did not cheat. I didn't do anything out of the ordinary. Like, I was a gentleman for sure. You know what I'm saying? Of course, did I do some things that caused us to break up? Of course, because I mean, we broke up. Well, she broke up with me, so she wasn't happy for a reason. But however, it was nothing major. But at the same time, it still helped me grow as a person, and it helped me realize that I had to grow. With that being said, that happened in July. So the whole month of the rest of July, 'cause my birthday is July 25th. So the rest of the month of July and August, I'm not gonna lie, I was messed up. I was really messed up. However, once around like October, no, September, when September hit, I was starting to get a little better. And I had a lot of people telling me things like, and it was crazy because it was a lot of dudes that was like, um, man, like you got all this stuff going for you. You got a master's degree, no kids, good job. Like any girl that don't want you, you know what I'm saying? Like that's her fault. Like of course girls would tell me like they would never do me like that, blah blah blah. But when the dudes was telling me like my homeboys and all that, it really helped me get through it besides the time alone praying and just dealing with it. Like that really helped me out a lot. And I had to kind of take a step back and realize like, damn, I really do have a lot of stuff going for me. So in the process of that, I understood what I had going for me, what I really wanted, and I understood that I didn't want to go back down that path that I was living. And for y'all who know me, as I said, they used to call me Big Plate of Wax or waxing all these honeys, blah blah blah. But I just knew that just was not something that I wanted to do. So, with that being said, I got to this point that I'm at now, and I'm in such a great place. Like I really appreciate women. I appreciate everything they bring to the table, and I know what I bring to the table. I I like women for their flaws and all, and I just think that this, as I always tell people, this is the best version of Antoine Washington. Of course, once I get a lady in my life, I think she gonna appreciate it even more too. You know, as I always say, I'm gonna make the next girl I get call all my ex-girlfriends and tell them thank you for letting them go, because I just know, like, I really do know how to treat a woman, and it took me to be happy with myself and be cool with being alone and all that kind of stuff to appreciate life even more. And you know, like 2016 was just a crazy year. I had a lot of deaths, friends going to jail. Like, it just was crazy. But I always tell people, you know, everybody said God will not put more on you than you can handle. So God put me in those situations because He knew I could handle those situations. So at the end of the day, it made me such a better person, and you can tell from my snaps and all that. And y'all gonna be able to tell from this little podcast, whatever you want to call it, that I have going on, that I'm such a better person. Like, I work out all the time. I'm real passionate about my job, about the students. Like, I really just care about people. Like, I'm a real people person. Like, if you ever met me or you watch these things, you can tell that I care about people. You know, so the thing that I wanted to start off this show was just kind of like letting y'all know that I'm a pretty transparent person. Of course, it's some things that I don't need to say just because it's like real personal. But however, I will say a lot of stuff that a lot of people can relate to, a lot of people that they can connect with, all those things, just because I know it's gonna help somebody. And also I know it's people that's going through the same things that I'm going through or went through that can look at me and be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? He made it, so I know I can make it. So I figured that would be the best thing for me to start off my show with, because people gave me some good topics to talk about. But however, I just think that this was the best starting point for my little show that I have going on. So uh, before I go, I want to say that I appreciate all the people that's going to subscribe and watch my show, because I think you're going to really, you know, get to know Antoine Washington a little bit more. And I think you're going to appreciate the honesty and, you know, like I tell people all the time, I'm like Drake, man. I'm a very emotional cat. And some of my friends be like, you shouldn't be like that. But that's why I tell them, I'm not you. Like, you can be like that, but I like to express my feelings. Do it make me weak and vulnerable? I'm sure it does, but that's okay, because that's Antoine Washington, and that's all I ever want to be is me. I don't want to be somebody else, because your friend can tell you how they deal with stuff, and they could be lying, or they may deal with it that way, but I don't deal with it like that. I'm a very emotional person. You know what I'm saying? Like my coach used to tell me, I wear my feelings on my shirt sleeve. So that's me. That's just who I am, you know. And if I get hurt in the process of it, that's just the way it's going to be. But I'm okay with that, because that's Antoine Washington. So, like I said, once again, thank you for watching and subscribing to my channel, or what have you catching on Facebook. But as I was telling my boy earlier, I'm gonna try to keep all my videos at 9 minutes. That's my favorite number, and I think that's a good time for people to kind of watch and don't really be like, oh, it's too long. So all my videos will be under 9 minutes for sure. So if I have anything else crazy to talk about, I'll make another video. So with that being said, make sure you tell your friends to subscribe. On YouTube, it's Yes Lord. On Facebook, it's Yes Lord number 9. So, thank y'all once again for sure, for sure. And this is how we gonna pop the show off today. And like I said, I hope y'all enjoy it, because I'm gonna take y'all on a journey through my life, through other topics. If y'all have anything y'all want me to talk about, please let me know. And you know, that's just what it's gonna be. You dig. Yes, Lord.